And hello, everyone. If you've been desperately wanting to know about how your upcoming seasons for Troy, ASU, Tuskegee, Faulkner, and Huntington will go, then this is the show for you. Along with sports analyst John Longshore, I'm Mo Carter, and this is our preseason blitz. And John, you got to be feeling good to talk about football once again.
Mo, I'm so excited. It seems like it's been a long summer, but we are right here on the verge of the start of the college football season, and what a better way to do it than with the preseason blitz.
Yes, sir. Football fans, you might want to buckle up because this is a high-impact show. Let's tell you what's on tap. There are new coaches at Troy and ASU. We'll find out what kind of impact they are making. Can Tuskegee repeat as conference champs? Huntington, they're a conference favorite, and so is Faulkner. We've got breakdowns on all those teams and much more coming up. As we mentioned, two new coaches in the area for 2015, and one of them is down at Troy. Larry Blakeney, he's retired, and now it's time for Neal Brown. Christina Chambers joins us now and has more on the new head man in Trojan land.
That's right, Mo. Neal Brown was an assistant coach at Troy from 2006 to 2009, a time where the Trojans competed for Sun Belt championships and played in bowl games. And now, since taking over the reins as head coach, Brown hopes to get back to that level.
Yesterday wasn't your best, right?
It's a championship mentality the Trojans have lost over the years. And Neal Brown is using his past experience at Troy to rebuild the program.
Where every time, especially when we played home, every time we strapped it up with the Troy uniform on, our guys in that locker room believed they were going to win. And they expected, they didn't hope, they expected to win a Sun Belt Conference championship every year, and they expected to go to bowl games. And that's where we got to get back to.
And the first-year head coach believes the Trojans are headed in the right direction, buying into his philosophy.
This is the third program in a row on the front end, and this has been the highest buy-in from the players that we've had yet.
I think everybody has. It's a lot more competition. You know, it's a lot more focus in practice. There's a lot more tempo. Definitely, tempo of practices are, it's up there.
I feel like when the new system came in, everybody just like flipped over to it. It took us a little while to start gelling, but now we're starting to gel, and the tempo is picking up. Everything's good. We just got to get a little faster tempo.
And a faster tempo isn't the only thing Brown demands from his players. More time in the film and weight room, along with nutrition, are a few things that are helping his team build chemistry.
I talked to the freshmen not too long ago, and like I was telling them, that's the best group of freshmen I seen came here. Even when I came in, they're very hungry, very determined. Grades been good, haven't been missing anything, and that's why I was telling them that's what we need to be a winning program, and everybody abide by that and come in as one, and we can do some great things.
For the next 3 weeks, Coach Brown says the biggest challenge for his team will be building confidence in all three stages, but especially on defense, which is young and inexperienced. Mo?
Thanks so much, Christina. Now, Coach Brown has become well-known since he's arrived in Troy late last season. John, what are your thoughts about the impact he's making not only with the program but the community?
Yeah, I think he's making a tremendous impact, Mo, and this is what Troy needed. We all love Larry Blakeney, but it was time for something new. And Neal Brown, coming from an SEC school, Kentucky, as the offensive coordinator, Troy's offense is going to be high-powered. Don't have a problem with that at all, particularly with Brandon Silvers, their sophomore quarterback. 7 offensive players returning. But, Mo, it's that defense at Troy that's got to get better. We've been talking about it for years now, and I know that's something that Coach Brown has really focused on, getting that Trojan defense back to where it used to be when they were competing for Sun Belt championships.
All right, we'll talk about that defense in just a second, but let's take a look at the offense. They're looking to add more big plays in 2015. Last season, the offense seemed to be sluggish at times. Brandon Silvers returns at quarterback with a year under his belt. Silvers has a lot of weapons on the offense with him, especially at wide receiver. Charles Henderson grad John Johnson, along with Jarvis Bentley, are some of the big playmakers, and Andre Flakes will go with those guys. Silvers will also have 3 capable running backs by his side, with Brandon Burks being the favorite.
Been able to get a lot more reps this fall camp than we ever have, and what we've done is we've two-spotted some things, which means a lot of guys are getting work, and I think it's really paid off. Our guys are way further ahead right now than we've been in the past.
Now the Trojans defense is being rebuilt from scratch. Brown hired Vic Koenig as the defensive coordinator, a position that he held at the school in the early 2000s. Up front, Troy has Tyler Roberts and former Arkansas Razorback Lonnie Gosha leading the way. At linebacker, junior college signees William Lord and Justin Lucas are expected to step up in big roles. In the secondary, they'll be led by all-conference standout Montez Kitchens.
Some of these guys are learning how to play, and it isn't just the system. They're learning how to play football, some of them for the first time. it seems like you're having to teach things that they should have really already known. And we're getting to that, and I think we're making great strides, and the kids are into it.
Now, John, a lot of people don't expect Coach Brown to work a miracle in the first year, but with the talent he has down there, how well can this team be in 2015?
Yeah, Mo, I think they can certainly cause some trouble in the Sun Belt. Now, I think Louisiana Lafayette, Georgia Southern are the teams that most people are talking about to maybe emerge from that conference, but watch out for Troy. And, Mo, I love what they do out of the league. I mean, Troy will play anybody, NC State, Wisconsin, Mississippi State. So they're going to be tested against some of the bigger name programs with a lot of bulk, and I think that will pay dividends in this Sun Belt schedule as well.
All right, let's take a look at that 2015 schedule because it is loaded in the first half of it. Yes, they open up the season at NC State, then return home for Charleston Southern. Then they're going to Big Ten country, Wisconsin, followed by a tough home matchup against South Alabama. Then they've got Mississippi State on October the 10th. John, what's your thoughts on these first 5 games?
Yeah, boy, brutal. 3 of those first 5 on the road. You got the ACC, the Big Ten, and the SEC. But don't forget about that October 3rd game, Mo, against South Alabama. That's a huge game, not only for bragging rights, but momentum. Think about it. Before South Alabama got into the football business, there was not a program south of Birmingham to the Florida line that had football into the Gulf of Mexico. Now South Alabama's in the mix. That's not good for Troy. They got to keep that upper edge.
All right, continuing on the schedule in mid-October, Idaho, then at New Mexico State, at Appalachian State, which will be a tough task against the Mountaineers. Then they got Louisiana Monroe. And let's take a look at the backstretch of this schedule. You got the Georgia schools, Georgia Southern, then at Georgia State, which is on a Friday, as a matter of fact. I guess they changed that because of the Iron Bowl, maybe?
Could be, yeah.
And then at the end of the year, they've got UL Lafayette. Yeah. So what do you think about this final stretch?
Well, November and early December, tough for the Trojans. I just mentioned it, Mo. Georgia Southern and Louisiana Lafayette are the 2 teams that are getting the most run in terms of who could win the Sun Belt. Troy playing these teams late could really have a lot to do with who goes bowling representing the Sun Belt Conference.
Yes, sir. They've got a tough schedule in 2015, and that first game is only 3 weeks away. When we return, we'll take you to ASU, where this year's team motto is Swarm and Sting. The Hornets are coming up next on the Preseason Blitz.